Alrighty, 6:21. Let's start off with the Sporty news review. This is where we get into the portals to find out what the latest news is, what the latest tidbits are. We start off with myjoyonline.com, and they have a raft of stories there. The biggest one: World Cup 2026 qualifiers. Salisu Kamaldeen lead early arrivals as Black Stars open camp. Raymond's good friend is also here, the sports minister. I expressed my reservations to GFA about decision to retain or to Adu. That's what he's saying.
And that's what it ended?
I don't know.
And that was all?
I don't know.
And what did they say? Honorable Kofi Adam?
Yes, he has to let us know.
What did they say?
We'll get into that story.
And how were you convinced?
Yes, that's true. So he should have told us, okay, I said this. They made this counterpoint. I listened to them and I felt okay.
That's all.
Fine. Tell us everything. Let's move on. Messi left out of Argentina's World Cup qualifiers. He has a muscle injury. Ray, this story cracked me up last night as I prepared as I helped the team put the news together. Club apologizes after minute silence held for ex-player who is still alive. I'll get into that story later. I was close to dying in car crash. Mikel Antonio is speaking. And Man United fans disappointed by season ticket price increase. And Desmond Offer's tango with the Black Stars and Satellites, a necessary inconvenience or, some other thing. We'll get into that later. And for Premier League fans, over the weekend, if you missed the chance to go and see and take pictures with the Premier League trophy, you missed out. It was absolutely fun stuff at Pit Stop. So that's the lowdown there. Ghana
what's that?
Pit Stop.
Yeah, right.
Yes, so the Premier League trophy was in town and it was at Pit Stop.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so fans.
So you touched it?
You can't. With the Premier League, they brought some two security people. They are looking at you intently. Don't try touching it.
So you didn't touch it?
No, but you take a picture with it. Yeah. But they said don't. Why are you a Premier League player?
But that's the
no more. Come on, trophy here now you buy. The people held it with gloves. It was in a box. You can't touch it.
Oh, Anita. Oh, that. You see, you have to feel the trophy.
Why? It's the actual. They said don't touch it.
But that's supposed to be a dummy, right?
It was the original. That's what we were told. I think it was. Yes. It's going on a tour. It was nice. It was fun. Charlie, that's something our people should learn. The Ghana trophy have to take it round.
The Ghana Premier League trophy.
Yeah. The thing about the Ghana Premier League.
Trophy now at Palace Mall. I'll go and touch it at Palace Mall.
Also, come. Oh, now can near Palace Mall.
Nathan, let me hold your hand.
Which part? There's Palace Mall.
One flower pot.
How much?
Go near 350.
Raymond. Raymond is joking. Raymond is joking. He's not serious.
If you want to touch our trophies here, you let me take you there.
It's the GFE is not something. Anyway, Ghana 9 players complete Black Stars. How are 9 players showing up on day 1 of training camp?
Flights.
Anyway, Salifu Ibrahim explains why he turned down Hearts of Oak contract renewal. Footballer dies in a nightclub during fire outbreak. Hey, that's serious. Edin Ketia embraces role model status and Crystal Palace challenge. And then
I'm a footballer,
I'll tell you. This is headline.
I'm not sure it's a heavy footballer. Because Messi will not go and die in nightclub.
And then Premier League ends ball partnership with Nike. If you go to 3news.com/sports, they also have Black Stars there. Accra Sports Stadium to close for renovation after Chad clash. Hey, Ghana. That's one thing. So we won't renovate. We are waiting after Chad to renovate. Kofi Adams is speaking about the reservations he raised over Otuado's retention. And Black Stars technical team has assured me of win against Chad. And then a wrap of who was there at the at the training.
Nathan, who has assured who?
Kofi Adams saying that the technical team has assured him that they will win the game.
The technical team and the people going to play the ball.
Oh, but don't they have an influence?
Oh, they do? Oh, I didn't know.
Anyway, there's a write-up here. The power of sponsorship activations, how trophy tours bring brands to life. Interesting. In Ghana to host CAF African Schools Football Championship 2025. If you go international, the BBC is here. They say Messi left out of World Cup qualifiers. The party is not over yet. Inside Newcastle celebrations. Yay, the party, Papa. Especially as this weekend is international weekend too, Charlie. And Neville's McElroy's players win sets him up perfectly for Masters Till. This is for the golf fans. Man United fans disappointed by season ticket price increase, and boxing set to win reprieve and stay as Olympic sport for LA 2028. And I nearly died in car crash. Antonio's first interview. I don't know why boxing seems to be like one of the sport that always comes into the conversation for cuts from the Olympic menu. Boxing is a mainstay of the Olympic Games. So I wonder who's even thinking about taking boxing away. I find it really amazing.
No, but there's been a bit of drama in recent times with regards to the body organizing boxing.
It's true. Yes, it's true.
So if you realize in France, it was the LOC that put together a committee, a body to organize boxing. So there's a challenge with IBA, and World Boxing Authority. There's a tough war that's affected the Olympics to a certain extent. I think there's a lot to that. There's a lot to that. So the body that is that used to organize it are no longer in charge. So even at the next Olympics
2032,
if that issue is not resolved,
it could be that boxing
again. It means that boxing would have to be organized individually by the local organizing committee. So I'm sure people are pushing strings just to say, okay, well, maybe if we are not going to be sanctioned to do it, then don't do boxing.
Then nobody's doing
it. I'm sure all of those things are part, because boxing has given us lots of medals.
Oh, yes, and it's a key part.
It's important
of the Olympic history. Several great professional boxers have gone through the Olympic Games. Muhammad Ali, Lennox Lewis, Floyd Mayweather, a lot of these guys. Anyway, Ray, what do you have for us in terms of your
citysportsonline.com have stories from the Black Stars and what the sports minister has been saying. So this morning, Black Stars expense. We will take care of what we must. We will take care of what we must. We will take care of what must be taken care of. Kofi Adams. We will take care of what must be taken care of. Kofi Adams, Black Stars budget. Okay. That's what he said, though. But he won't bring it. Qualification to 2026 World Cup is like the air I am breathing. I need it badly. Sports Minister. Hey. Qualification to 2026 World Cup is like the air I'm breathing. I need it badly. Sports Minister. Okay.
Yes, he needs it.
Accra Stadium pitch is in an impressive state for Black Stars game. Sports Minister. No, Senator, I'm taking my time. I'm taking my time to give you the stories. When we finish the game and people come and complain about pitch or come and complain about Accra Sports Stadium, he said the pitch is in impressive state for the Black Stars game. I didn't know Kofi Adams now knows how to test quality of pitch without kicking a ball. Or because of his science background.
Yeah, maybe he can tell.
Okay. Yes. But what have the players said about the pitch?
Now we are yet to ask.
Okay.
Maybe we'll find out today.
I have big shoes to fill. GFA president thanks Kwesi Nyantakyi for CAF executive role support. Let's get to some international news. Barcelona, other top European clubs chase Leverkusen's Jeremy Frimpong. And then one other story here says FIFA suspends Congo 2026 World Cup qualifier cancelled. And then Sergio Ramos receives red card in 30th red card 30th in career in Mexican League. So he's received 30 career red cards. So but he's had quite a long career in defense. So that's to be expected. Ghana to host CAF African Schools Football Championship 2025 Continental Finals in April. And then Razak Simpson Mark's latest Black Stars call-up with brilliant free kick. Yes, so that's a story from the Ghana Premier League.
Yes.
That ended over the weekend. Accra Sports Stadium to undergo further renovation after Chad clash. That's what we've been told. 2026 World Cup qualifiers. Redemption time for Otuado and Black Stars. And then Chad arrive in Ghana ahead of 2026 World Cup qualifiers against Black Stars. Nathan, the people are serious. They have arrived already. When your players are now catching flights. When they get to the airport, they are now coming to do guy. I will headphones, can they be any, and pouch, can they be any, Charlie? I pose. Your players, I guess they come and see the boys. Come and see the Sudan boys. They were holding come and see the Chad boys. They were holding their backpack made in Chad. Nathan, you didn't see them? The blue and yellow. Oh, made in Chad. Come and see them. They were wearing their red and yellow tops. Oh, Nathan, you should see the boys. See, nobody had hairstyle in that team. When a hairstyle now, few Rasta man, those things, nobody had hairstyle in the team. Everybody down cut. You must fear this team. You think they are schoolboys. You must fear this chat team.
You have to fear them, man.
I'll do the analysis for you. What we'll go and check all the numbers and do the analysis for you. Otuado must be careful. He must stand well. I questioned GFA's decision to retain Otuado as Black Stars coach, Kofi Adams. Kofi Adams, and what happened? And then one other story here from the Black Stars and Kofi Adams. He says, Sports Minister Kofi Adams provides updates on national team budget. National team budget. He's not good brought the details, the full details, but just the update. So that's it for Ghana Soccer Net this morning. Go.com this morning have stories on Lionel Messi, and they say Messi has low-grade muscle injury out of Argentina clashes. Okay, so he's not going to play for Argentina over the weekend or over the international break. So those of you who are planning to listen to Sporty blog and possibly place bets on Argentina, you must be careful. Furious Gattuso confronts Pandit in live interview. Gattuso won't change. Okay, so one other story. Liverpool fans think deal is done after Isak greets Slot. Problem. Pundits sent warning ahead of verdict on City's 115 charges. All of that you can find on Go.com this morning. AC Milan toast 125 years with Michael Jordan's $325 tequila. Charlie. And then one other story here, Ted Lasso. Okay, now in my prime, James rates himself above Zidane, Modric, and Kroos. James. Hey. In my prime, James rates himself above Zidane, Modric, and Kroos.
Wow. In his prime, what was happening?
He said, Mr. Senior player, you good past them. Nathan, Sky Sports this morning have stories from the papers. Bournemouth confident of signing Liverpool's Kelleher. He says he's a good goalkeeper. He also wants silverware as Sledges leans on player knowledge ahead of Real Madrid clash. That's Women's Champions League action. Newcastle Carabao Cup win support event announced. Manchester United season ticket prices increased as other new measures announced. That's all you can read on Sky Sport this morning. And Liverpool drop-off holds lessons for Slot. That's a feature that you can read. And there's some F1 news on Sky Sport. It says Norris questions Russell's mentality amid McLaren pace debate. And then new footage reveals Antonelli's outrageous late move on Albon. Yes, that young boy, Charlie, about the true potential. What did we learn from F1 rookies' dramatic introductions? All of that you can read on Sky Sports this morning. So Nathan, I think this should be my stories for the moment.
Okay, I think what I find interesting is the sports minister's Otuado story. Okay, now the story is on my journal line and other portals, and it says Kofi Adams, who's the sports and recreation minister, has revealed that he raised concerns over the GFA's decision to maintain Otuado as Ghana head coach despite the team's failure to qualify for the next AFCON. He was speaking with 3 Sports in an interview, and he said, quote, the FA brought the coach and other persons to introduce them to me, and at that meeting I raised all the issues about their decision to keep, I raised all the issues into brackets about their decision to keep Otuado, end quote. Mr. Adams acknowledged that while the GFA responded to his concerns, he was still not fully convinced by their justification. Quote, they gave me an answer. Am I satisfied? I say time will tell, but I had my concerns, and those concerns, I registered them. End quote. He noted that although he was unhappy with the situation, the timing of the qualifiers made it difficult to initiate any immediate change. He said, quote, but I think at this moment and at the time that I had become minister, the issue is we were too close to these qualifiers. So the issue of changes should not be what should be on the table. That should be the last thing on the table. End quote. And so, and so the issue on the table now is how to prepare the team for the task ahead of us. Because if the agenda is to go and sack the coach, if we sack the head coach who was going to take over immediately, you are now going to be hunting for a new head coach, and that may take you the entire period. End quote. So those are Kofi Adams' thoughts, right? Kofi Adams' thoughts on Otuado and all of that.
Later.
And he says, so it's better to rally what you have, work with it, and make sure you achieve success. If we have to revisit that story, we will revisit it.
Oh, so there's an issue of time. Otuado lost his last match to Niger in November last year. And Kofi Adams, as sports minister, had so much time to deal with this matter before this qualifies in March. As far back as January, we knew our sports minister.
But at that time, when was he sworn in?
Oh, I think he was sworn in 19 thereabouts, 1920.
Okay, we'll have to find out and then draw the timelines to see.
No, but Nathan, when did Nigeria bring Eric Shear?
When did they bring Eric Shear?
They brought him recently.
Okay, all right.
It is possible. Nathan, you can fire a coach today, bring in a new coach, he'll figure out his team and hit the ground running.
True. I don't doubt that. Anyway, that's how we wrap it up on the Sporty News review. Thank you, Raymond. We'll get into the Black Stars matters a little later. But Kelvin Owusu-Ansah is here, and he's ready for Sporty News Extra. Kelvin, I don't know whether... I'm sure later we'll get into the ministers, But he says he told the FA that he had a problem with them. In terms of keeping Otto.
So if they want to keep him, they will bear the consequences.
I don't know whether he told them that.
And yesterday, there is something that has happened, and it tells me, Charlie, this technical team.
What happened?
Elisha, we're complaining about the central defensive midfielder.
Yes, and I think Elisha is out of the squad.
We had Pate, Elisha, Francis Abu is a CAM.
Yes.
Now Elisha is unavailable due to an injury.
Yes.
And you know the player they are bringing in? Lawrence Ajikum.
From Circle Bridge.
Lawrence Ajikum. Lawrence is a CAM. He's not even a CM. He is a CAM. So now you leave Thomas Partey alone as the only combative player you have in that midfield. I have no problem. But this is a team. I don't know whether Otuado has a new style. But if you are playing a game,
maybe he's going to play with the handbrake.
What is he doing with the What is he doing with the 5 centre backs that he has?
So there are 2 matches.
Two matches, and so what?
Defense is key.
There should be a balance. If Thomas Partey gets injured, not spelling doom, but if Partey should get tired, or he should get a red card in the game, which player would you bring as a shield to the defense? That is a problem.
That is
a problem. Charlie, these people, we did. We'll come and talk about that later.
We'll talk about that.
Today we'll start the
all the chit chat.
So Kevin, please bring back this.
The phobia boys, The phobia boys are in town. Chad.
Nathan.
Phobia boys.
You see, yesterday I was at the airport today. Did you see them?
Yeah, the phobia boys, Charlie. The way they are poised, and it surprised me they are in on Monday when the game is on Friday.
But they want to get
a serious team.
They want to be ready.
Yeah.
Kevin, you saw them yesterday.
And where was Mohamed Kudus?
Your star boy.
He arrived in Ghana on Sunday.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah,
he came with the likes of Semenyo and Kamau.
But he's not been.
He didn't train yesterday. Why is he away? Charlie, these players, they should stop that though. You saw England and how they managed to get into, the St. George's. You saw Bellingham and his brother Job. And this is also a message to the FA. If you have a wonderful training center, a 5-star, where you can house all your national teams, it makes it easier that if Elisha wasn't even available, the under-20s who are present would have an opportunity to, one of them would walk in. And it makes monitoring the players easier, such that when Otuado thinks that, no, I think my right winger is messing up, he can just follow one of these, and it makes that synergy so smooth, and it builds confidence.